What's going on, champs and champettes? It's FireMonkey here, and it's not every single day that you go through with actually purchasing a game just because of the fact that it had a weird little tweet situation going on with it. But in the case of Remnant 2, I ended up buying this whole entire game because of a tweet I saw. And I know that sounds a little weird. Why is FireMonkey going about not only purchasing a game because of a tweet he saw, but making an entire YouTube video about a game because of a single tweet? Well, the reason why is it does something that is in my expertise, which is data mining, that I wasn't actually ever really expecting a game to do. Now, I did know what Remnant 2 was, right? Because I had to look through this game before. I think it was revealed at Summer Games Fest or something like that, and it was one of those games that we looked at and we're like, oh, that looks really sick. I don't know if I ended up buying it, but it is a game that if I did ever bought, I would probably play. And once it eventually released, one of my friends, Brap, was always playing it, right? He basically wouldn't play any other multiplayer games at that point with me because he was on Remnant 2 nonstop. And he even told me that I was going to make like a whole entire new character just to play this game with me from the start, you know, go through everything once again. And it was one of those games where it's like, all right, you know, there's a lot of benefits for me to actually purchase this if I ever go about doing it, but I'm still not too interested in it. Well, that was when I got a tweet notification over on Twitter by Ben Curtin, who is the person who previously has worked on the original Remnant game and the Darksiders franchise. Now, as a little bit of backstory, I'm a data miner. I leak stuff for tons of video games, not even video games, but applications. I've leaked Twitter stuff before. I've leaked Overwatch 2 stuff before. I've leaked Fortnite stuff before. I've leaked the Tetris mobile game getting tournaments before. I've leaked a lot of stuff, right? If there's a game I enjoy, I'll leak it for a little bit. I've leaked Fall Guys, you know, I've leaked what other games is there? There's so many things out there. Halo Infinite even, there's so many things that I've got my grubby little paws on and I decided to look into it. But then out of nowhere, I see this tweet over on Twitter, if it would like to show up, please. Here we go, right here, which mentions that there is an Archon class in Remnant 2. Now it says, in order to unlock Archon in Remnant 2, one must penetrate the code itself. We knew we couldn't stop data mining, so we leaned into it and created an entire archetype that could be shared with the community once revealed by those with the ability to see between the worlds. Now, basically what this is saying is, hey, data miners, we know that we couldn't stop you guys from data mining our game, so we went ahead and made a whole entire archetype, which is kind of like the whole entire class system, for you to share with the community once you figure out how to actually unlock it, once you figure out everything you need in order to get through it all. And it is such a unique thing that I've never really seen a company focus on, because like when it came to how companies and stuff have worked with leakers in the past, the only other time, right? The only other time I could ever think about it was when PUBG, right? PUBG was releasing a new season or something, and they sent an actual care package in the mail to one of the PUBG leakers at the time that had like a rock or something with, you know, some symbols on it and everything else. So it was a little care package in the mail, and it was like a mini little hype up for the new season. That is the only other time I've really seen content creators, or not content creators, but, you know, game developers work with leakers in order to kind of have this little, you know, flair, have a little bit of promotion and stuff going on here. And I mean, as someone who has a backstory with leaking, it made me purchase the game. Now, if you're curious how you actually unlock this, it requires you to have quite a few things equipped. Now, I'm not familiar with everything here, but as you can see by this on screen, you need the Invader archetype at level 5 with the Wormhole skill activated, the Explorer archetype at level 10 with the Fortune Hunter skill activated, Leto's Amulet, Amber Moonstone, Anastasia's Inspiration, Xania's Malice, Black Cat Band, full Realm Walker armor set, the Ford Scatter Gun, the Cube Gun, the Labyrinth Staff, and the Void Heart Relic, all equipped at the same time. And then after you do that, you have to go to like a secret door, and then you actually interact with some stuff in order to activate the door. And, you know, you unlock it by basically corrupting yourself. You wear a corrupted loadout. There's just a lot of crazy things going on with it that, you know, are super specific that, yeah, if you weren't a leaker, if this game was not to get data mined, no one would have just guessed, oh yeah, let me wear this exact combination with these exact skills in order to unlock another archetype in the game. But man, it's just interesting to see how they managed to pull this off and make it such a cool thing where it's like, hey, by doing this, right, by actually going through the whole entire system and, you know, looking through the files, you're not only going to be able to find a new class, figure out how to unlock it, everything, but we want you to do that so you can share it out there with the community. Now right here we can actually see what the whole entire loadout is supposed to look like once you get everything set up. As you can see, you need to look like this. You need to have this specific set of items equipped and everything. The 2 archetypes at the top need to be the specific things right there, and it is a very, very unique combination they've got going on here. But where it gets ridiculous is the actual requirements to get the items, because as I mentioned, we listed the items down, but I never mentioned the exact one-to-one requirements. And if we go over to this page here on Gamerant, we can see that the requirements for the Realm Walker armor set is earned by players completing the main story, so they need to actually complete the main story and then unlock the Explorer archetype as well. For the Void Heart Relic, you have to beat one of the characters, or one of the enemies or whatever, and then you need to travel to a different area in order to find the orb in the Void Portal as they enter it. It's like, look, you have to do this, and then you have to go find all this stuff, and then there's a whole entire situation where some certain parts won't unlock until 24 hours of real life time have passed, and it can't be done if people have certain items equipped or whatever, or if they've done certain things. So it's like there's so many specifics here that it's like you have to know about this class if you actually ever want to unlock the archetype. For Forward Scattergun, you get it included with the Explorer's archetype, so you kind of just get it as like an actual reward through the game. Labyrinth Staff requires you to actually find it by walking through the left of a shifting portal in the labyrinth and walking off a ledge to initiate, like a broken staircase, right? You have to beat a boss and everything, you'll get the staff. Cube Gun can be crafted, the Malice can be found, the Inspiration is available for purchase, the Black Cat Bond is in Reggie's shop, however it does require the player to die multiple times. Leto's Amulet can be purchased from Reggie after flopping 100 times. Flopping occurs when a player exceeds their weight capacity and attempts an evasive roll. The Wormhole Invader is the level 5 skill, and then Fortune Hunter Explorer is acquired by reaching level 10 in the Explorer archetype. But where it gets interesting isn't just that, right? But instead, what I think is the most craziest part about this is this hidden door that activates once you actually get everything and you do all the steps or whatnot, that takes you into none other than, if we see here by this YouTube video, the backrooms. Now, while you're in the backrooms, you have to find the strange box in the backrooms. You have to find a lot of stuff, right? And it's just very interesting to see that as you're in here, as you're going through and finding these different items, you're just kind of in an area that you would never expect to really see in a game like this, after doing so many chaotic steps in order just to get to this room, that you get to the back rooms, right? I think it's just, I don't even know what to say. It's just crazy to see that this is a possibility in the game, that this is something that you're able to do, and that this is something that the developers intended for people to find. They didn't just put a back rooms in there as like a developer test room or something. Maybe they did, but at the end of the day, they also put this in here as a way to be like, hey, we have this room for you, but if you want to get it, you got to work with data miners, have the data miners find all the crazy things for you so that you're able to actually contain and earn all the rewards to unlock this Archon class. So it's a very interesting thing that, we never would have thought, and obviously credits to this clip goes to Quick Guides over on YouTube, but it's something that I honestly am just kind of super intrigued in. And the fact that, they tried playing off the whole data miner aspect to get content creators, or I guess, to get people who are nerds like me, I guess is a better way of saying it, to actually look into the game or whatever, look in the files and, nerd out about it. It's something that I honestly super enjoy. And I'm going to be honest, after this video, I'm going to end up playing this on Xbox with my friend, and we're just going to be grinding through all of it. I won't be skipping the storyline like I think I might have done in the earlier part of this video or in one of the failed recordings, and I'll be having a fun little time. And then eventually, maybe I'll even play it long enough that I am able to unlock the Archon class myself. But it's always interesting to see how different content creators, I guess, developers out there, I don't know why I keep saying content creators, have actually played into the aspect of leaking as a way to actually add more content to stuff, instead of playing with it and just being like, oh, we don't want you to do this, we hate you for this. Grrr. But with that said, my name is FireMonkey. Hope you champs and champettes enjoyed today's YouTube video. If you did, consider subscribing and support the content I create, and I'll catch you guys next time with another upload. Peace out.